What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are having a great day out there today. So today is just a short little video, a little experiment. So I have these set of A-arms that are off of my Typhon 3S, and as you can see, they are not they're not very straight anymore. I did put a new set I already had on the car already to get it up and running, but I wanted to see what and if anything would straighten these back out again. So what I decided to do, I heard a couple different things online, of course, and don't know how true you can take, how much you can believe any of it, but I'm going to try them. So one person was saying about obviously trying to boil them again, and they will return their normal shape. I've also had people tell me to freeze them. So we're going to try both methods and see if either one of them work. So first one we're going to do is throw one in the boiling pot here. It is 640 right now. We're going to drop that in there, let it boil for a few minutes. And the other one, we're going to put in the freezer. Let that in there for a while and see what happens. But I'll bring you guys back when we see what we got. Oh man, can you guys smell that? Whew, it smells good. It's not quite soft. It's feeling like it's getting there, but not real soft yet. It's only been a minute so far. Perhaps it needs a little salt. Well, it's been in there for about 3 minutes so far. It's gotten a little better, but not really straight yet. We'll continue to let her boil here for a few more minutes and see what happens. Worst it can do is ruin it, and it's already junk, so who cares, right? Meanwhile, the other one is underneath some frozen chicken breasts, trying to chill it down as quick as I can. We'll see which one works out better, if any of them. Alright guys, so it's been about 6 minutes now. Hasn't really changed too much more since earlier. It did straighten out, I'd say, a tiny bit, but I don't know, maybe half of the bend, I'd say, is gone out of it. But what I'm thinking about trying to do here is, when I pull this back out of here, is putting some weight on one side of it, to push the rest of that bow out of there and see if it stays. See if I can, relearn the plastic in the other direction, and if it stays that way. So I might do that. I'm going to pull this out of here and put it underneath maybe the table leg or something to push it and hold it there until it dries and cools off. Alright guys, well, I got her out of the pot, put it underneath the table leg. Going to see if it stays that way once I pull it out of there, if it helps. So the other one is still in the freezer. I'm going to let that in there until it gets nice and ice cold, and I'll show you what happens with that one. What we might also do is try and, if the one in the freezer isn't very successful, we will try and boil that one and then throw that one directly into the freezer and cool it down really quick and see if that does anything. Just experimenting around, guys. That is all this is about, just having some fun and see if anything works. Alright guys, well, we're going to pull the one up underneath the table leg here and see what it looks like. And it's still bent. I mean, it's better. It did straighten out a bit, but there's still some memory there in that plastic that just doesn't want to come out, apparently. I don't know if boiling it longer would help, but I mean, it was in there until this plastic was pretty soft and really hot, so I'm not really sure if boiling is the answer, but oh well, worth a try. Next, we are going to pull the one out of the freezer here and take a look at it here, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes in the freezer to make sure it's nice and cold and see if anything has changed with that. And if that doesn't do anything, then we're going to pull it out, boil it, and then throw it directly in the freezer and see if anything works with that. Alright guys, well, we're going to take a look at the freezer one and see if anything has happened with that. Still really bent. But you can kind of see the difference between the boiling and the freezing. The boiling one definitely helped a lot more. So far, it doesn't seem like, honestly, the freezing has done anything, and it is ice cold. So if you're going to try and straighten them out a little bit or get most of it out, I'd definitely say boiling is the way to go. But we are now going to throw this one in the boiling pot and get it nice and hot and boiling, and then throw it in the freezer and see if that does anything. Alrighty guys, well, we got our, which was the frozen one, which is still pretty bent. We're going to drop this one in the boiling water here for probably maybe 5 or 10 minutes till it gets nice and hot. And then we're going to chuck it straight into the freezer and see if that does anything good. I really thought RPM was going to smell better, but it has an odd smell in the boiling steam, and I'm not sure if it's the plastic. I don't know if it's dirt and oil and everything else burning off of it, but definitely an interesting smell in the kitchen right now. Do you see that? That's the herbs and spices boiling off of it. All right, guys. Well, she's been in here for about 10 minutes. Actually, about 8 minutes, I guess. But then we're going to pull it out of here real quickly. Ow, ow, ow. Hot. And we're going to put it right underneath the chicken breasts. Sorry. And see what happens with that. All right, guys. Well, we're going to check the one out that was in the freezer here and see what this one looks like. So, yeah, it didn't really help very much at all. I would definitely say that just the boiling method is a lot better than boiling them and freezing them. The freezing method didn't do anything at all. So, yeah, that was a fail in that direction. But I wanted to show you guys something kind of interesting here. So the one that I had just boiled and put underneath the table leg definitely worked out the best so far. And after I let it sit out here on the table, I don't know, for quite a while now, I came back out and picked it up, and take a look at that. It is, you know, about 90% straight. So I would have to say, if you're trying to straighten yours out, the best way to do it, if you want to try it, is boil them for about 10 minutes. Put some weight down on the bend side for maybe another, 10, 15 minutes, and then let them sit, because mine kind of naturally straightened itself back out again. So I'm probably going to do it to this one also, just so that I have a spare set of arms for the Typhon, if I ever break one of these on it at some point. But I hope you guys find it a little interesting, maybe a little helpful if you guys ever trying to do that yourselves. So that's going to do it, guys. So until next time, y'all, be safe, be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.